Hey, what's going on, Patreon guys, Texas Coast fans? Just letting you guys know I'm finishing up the Texas Coast. I apologize. I've been busy trying to move and trying to buy a new house and do a whole bunch of stuff outside of the gaming world. But I will catch up this weekend. I don't have any family coming over. I don't have any guests or anything, so that's going to be big for me. I'll be able to catch up on a lot of this stuff, but I am in the process of moving, which I could obviously talk about for days. Nobody wants to hear that. Let's talk about the Texas Coast. Let's go with what I've been doing. So I spent this morning going through, so just so you know, all the plays in this book are written out right now on an Excel sheet. I can show it to you, but I want to go through each formation, okay? And my goal is to make sure that each formation has good, plays that are worthwhile staying in the book, okay? So like I went through the pistol wing slot and got rid of one play for sure. I might end up getting rid of strong power here at the bottom. It's not the best play. What do I consider a good play? Well, right now I'm actually considering good plays that work against the computer. So I'm actually sitting there for an hour going over 4 plays against the computer in a game mode, Heisman level, going up against a top 10 team with a garbage team on offense. I'm going up against a top 10 team, okay, on defense, their defense, and I'm using one of the worst teams in the game, okay? So you got to beat the computer, guys, right? And that's part of a lot of the leagues that you guys are probably in right now at college football. Got to beat the computer. So I'm trying to figure out where's the computer's weaknesses. I got to game the computer because the computer cheats, knows your plays. If you are struggling against the computer like I have been, don't go in there with a play call sheet like I do, right? And say, hey, I'm going to get my first 15. Don't worry about all that because this is not a human opponent. It's hard to find tendencies against the computer because they're picking the best play against your offense. Go into the game, make sure your audibles are set. So this one formation took me about an hour to do. Just make sure these 4 audibles are really good. Okay, if you're going to use the post play at the bottom, just take that inside post route and just turn it into take the inside corner route right there on the left, the yellow corner on the left of the screen, the receiver, just put them on a regular corner route. Okay, that's going to give you just a nice little scissors concept that's going to be good versus a lot of zone coverages for you, especially cover 2. But in general, that's just the only adjustment there. You want to pick a play. Let's say you do want to run stretch, okay? You want to run the ball. Against the computer, don't just call stretch. They're going to come out in 8-man box. They're going to stop your stretch. They're going to show you how to not run stretch, right? Come out against the computer, and if you're at home, okay, it's easier, or if you're playing a bad team, it's easier. It's hard when you're on the road, okay? You're not going to be able to do this when you're on the road. But call a play like 4 verticals, right? They're probably going to come out in some sort of cover 2, cover 4, soft shell defense, not a lot of guys in the box, and then audible to your run play. That's what you have to do versus the computer, okay? Or we got to find plays that are really good against the computer no matter what. So like Y stick is a really good play. Everybody knows that right now slants are really easy to throw. In routes, 5-yard ends, you can kind of throw it low. You don't have to throw it like a regular slant. You can kind of pass lead it down and kind of turn it into like a 5-yard shin route, in route. And the corner, even a good corner, he might be on it, but he's not going to make a play on it. All he's going to do is, the worst case scenario, he's probably going to hit your receiver, and he's going to drop, your receiver might drop the ball, okay? But you just go through the progression, just read the slant. If it's there, certain looks, you can kind of anticipate it, but just everything should be pure progression this year with everybody, with the defense being able to disguise. Pure progression offenses are going to be the best. So just look for that slant, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Don't hold it really any longer than that. Don't stay on it any longer than that, and then look to work your stick route to your flat route. And really that stick route to flat route is really your second read. 2A, 2B. You should see both of them. One of them is going to be open depending on what the defense is. This is a really good play to use like in the red zone, short yardage against the computer. They kind of try to come out in some funky cover 2s. And one of those 2 guys on the right-hand side are usually always there for you. Even if you want to start your progression over there, you'll be okay. All right. I would not throw the slant late. Okay. So I would basically cancel out the slant and just look at the stick route combination. But that I ran against the computer. Some of the best. I ran that against Alabama with a bad offense and was able to work down the field with them really not having any answer. Okay. So I'm giving you stuff that you can use against the computer. And then obviously when you use it versus a human, You shouldn't be repeating it over and over, but it's a regular concept, right? All right, so there's some good stuff in that formation. I'll kind of go through it once I finish, but I just want to let you guys know that's where I'm at. So I'm doing the wing stuff today, and on my own, I'm doing wing slot. I already did wing. These 4 plays are really good as well. This is the one time that I actually like running the read option with the weak blocker coming weak. That's actually a pretty nice little play. I like running it from this formation, and I took it out of the wing slot formation. For whatever reason, running that play back to the slot receiver got really bad results, and it was hard to see what was going on because of the slot defender, the star, could be doing anything, okay? But when you run it weak like this, it's a lot better, okay? And then the same thing with the strong power. I really don't like the way strong power works in the wing slot formation. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because you're running it into the boundary, or you're running it into a closed side. There's going to be a corner out there. All right. But I do like running this play from the wing formation to the strength. I like running it out to the nickel. It just seems like it's pretty good. And you may not be a nickel out there, obviously. You might be an outside linebacker if somebody matches your offense with 34 or 43 personnel. But in general, I kind of like this play. If you run strong power, I would just keep it tight. Don't try to like really take this too wide. It should be like a C gap hitting play. You can take it to D gap, but look to cut up in that first open hole. Don't try to be greedy and take this play too wide. The wide receiver screen play is a really nice little play. I know I'm giving too much information. This is supposed to be just an update to let you know what's going on, but I can't help myself. The wide receiver screen play is pretty good. It's a play that the computer, for whatever reason, doesn't call cover 1. At least when I played against the computer, they didn't call cover 1 against it. They want to play. They play a lot of soft zone. I don't know if it's because of that number 3 working that wheel route kind of scares the computer. So it's a guaranteed screen for like 5 yards plus if you can throw that on time and not have anything crazy happen to your quarterback. And then that boot play up there gives you a little bit of extra protection. It's a nice, the tight end stays in, your wing tight end ends up going to the flat. And it's one of those plays where you can throw, I actually ran this in the red zone, like on the 5-yard line or something crazy like that. And you can run with your quarterback, or you can throw that comeback. And that over route could be there depending on what people are playing. If they're playing 3 seam, nobody's going to take that route across the field. It's going to be wide open. It's just a good play, again, versus the computer, not necessarily versus a human, okay? And then you can work from there. So those 2 are pretty much done. I'm still working on the single back versions of the wings. I have single back wing. That's going to be in depth as well. And then single back wing slot. This is pretty much done. What you see up here, these 4 plays are pretty much the ones I'm going to go with. Right. And then I might add in another shotgun wing at some point. But we do have wing close. We do have, that's pretty much it. And to me, kind of bunch and deuce close are kind of like having wings as well. But that's where a lot of the offense comes from. There's a lot of wing formations, 2 tight end sets. If you don't have 2 tight ends, you have a fullback, you can put your fullback out there. So like when I play with the 49ers, the wing is going to be Kyle Juszczyk. I can't say his name right now. Juice is going to be my wing. So that's that. All right. Now, the last thing I will say is that doubles here, I might get rid of from this book. It's okay. It's not great. Just because the book itself doesn't have a lot of formation variation. So it's kind of an average play for us in this book. But when I get to the Madden book, doubles will be part of our playbook. It would be a big part of our playbook, and because we have every play from Madden 23 available to us. Okay, so we will be in that, and we will be in wide trips. So if you see it disappear, because guys, also if you want to re-upload the playbook, I update it like every day. So if you see it there and it says 0 downloads, that means that I probably just updated it recently. So that's that. All right. But I want to make sure you guys, when I give you this book, I don't want to just give it to you crappy. I want to give it to you so that you guys can use it. As you see, I still have the Indy offense, which I haven't used in a couple weeks. I'm kind of working primarily on this because that's what you guys asked me for. You guys want the Texas Coast, so I decided to do that first and prioritize that. But as you see here, I'm going to go to the download center. All right, so I have this here. I'm going to get rid of this book here. I just updated this like this morning, okay? But I'm going to share out the book that I just updated with the audibles in place for you. So all you have to do is type in Texas Coast, all caps. By the way, I think somebody might have told me. Can you guys on Xbox get this stuff? Is this available to you guys? I have a feeling that they actually changed it so that it's not just only. I don't know. It'd be nice if they did. But anyway, that's up there. Check it out. If you guys on Xbox can try it out, let me know and go from there. So I'm still around. I didn't disappear. I'm just really waiting for that defensive patch to drop because, again, I don't want to teach coverages and give you guys a whole lot of stuff and then all of a sudden it's not valid, right? Or we're going to be all of a sudden they're going to make cover one great again and we're going to use cover one as our main defense again. Like right now I wouldn't do that if I were you, right? In Madden or college football. But at the same time, we might have to try to figure out some things. So let's just wait for this patch to drop. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow. Thursdays when patches usually drop. If it's not tomorrow, it's probably gonna be in the next week or two. But let me know how things are going. If you guys have your own questions, like I know a couple people have hit me up on Patreon, and you guys have questions or you want me to watch film, I will get to that. I'm sorry, like I said, I've been really busy buying my first house, really. I've been renting for so long, and I decided to go and buy one. So now we're looking at, a lot of legal stuff that I didn't realize comes with buying a house. So been dealing with that, my wife, my kids, a whole bunch of crap going on. So sorry about that. Sorry I haven't been doing my streams, but I will get back on that. I feel like once the real season starts, which is coming up here in a week or two, we're going to be right back into our daily grind of what we got to get done, regardless of what I got going on the side. All right. All right, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Peace.